So today's video is kind of unexpected. I was not planning to do this. So I have an unexpected book haul, which I will explain in a minute. But first, I just want to tell you something that happened to me the other day, and I have never experienced anything like this before in my entire life. I know that people say oh, when you're reading a book in public and you start crying, what do you do? I've never had that problem. I've never cried in public. Usually because I don't read in public, but anyway, my brother is an athlete and he's hurt his leg, so at the moment he's going to physiotherapy sessions. So I'd gone with him just to keep him company, and I brought a book with me, which was The Green Mile. So I think, okay, I've already seen the movie, I'm not gonna cry, it's gonna be fine. So my brother's laid out on this bed, having this guy massage his legs. So the guy has his back to me. I'm reading my book, and I get to a scene that was not in the movie. And I start crying. In this physiotherapist, who's kind of cute, in his office while he's digging his knuckles into my brother's thigh. And I start crying. And my brother's like, "What are you doing? Why are you crying, you big softie?" And he turns around and he's like, "What's wrong? Are you hurt?" He's all worried about me. And I was just, no, it's just a really sad scene in a book. Which got us onto the context of books, and we were talking about different books and things, but still, I cried over a book in a physiotherapy session. Anyway, so I'm going to do the book haul. Now, we were really late with our Christmas decorations. We took them all down, but then we didn't put them away because it's kind of a chore to put them into the storeroom where we keep them. It's kind of hard. My dad has to do it. So yesterday I was helping him, and I was passing up the things that he had to put away. And we came across this. So I have here a bag of books. And I have not seen what books are in here yet. I think they're crime novels, so I'm just going to go through the books. So the first book, these know it in any order, I'm just picking them out, is The Murder Exchange by Simon Kernick. And it says, "The currency is death." It says, $5 grand for a couple of hours work. It seems easy money, but the deal ex-mercenary Max Iverson is chasing has gone disastrously wrong. 2 of his friends are dead, and now he wants to find out who's behind their killings. So that's not all of it, but that's more or less. I'm not going to read out the whole blurb because it will be too long. Looks good. Another book is The Burning Wire by Jeffrey Deaver. At home, in your office, on the streets, a merciless killer with a unique weapon is ready to strike. Electricity is as lethal as it is vital, and it only takes one spark of genius to generate panic and death. This sounds good. A Sight for Sore Eyes by Ruth Rendell. This one's a bit battered. Teddy was born in Spora. Now he is a craftsman determined to banish ugliness from his life. Harriet is a beautiful, bored trophy wife who employs a series of repairmen for her sexual satisfaction. And Francine is a college student who witnessed her mother's murder and now must free herself from her father's manipulative second wife. Connected by strands of chance, their lives intersecting in the strangest of ways, these 3 people are on a journey that will bring them to each other, and to a beautiful ivy-coloured home with at least one dead body in the basement. I was gonna say that this sounded like Love Actually, like the different stories intertwining, but this sounds a bit more gruesome than that. The Abduction by John Grisham. When his best friend April disappears from her bedroom in the middle of the night, no one, not even Theo Boone, has the answers. As fear ripples through his small hometown and the police hit dead ends, it's up to Theo to use his legal knowledge and investigative skills, chase down the truth, and save April. This looks pretty good. Dr. Death by Jonathan Kellerman. Dr. Death has been brutally murdered, and Dr. Delaware must find out why. It's quite a long blurb, so I'm not going to read the whole thing out, but this looks good. I'll probably talk more about it after I've read them, so when in whatever wrap up I do that includes those books. So, Blood Hunt by Ian Rankin, writing as Jack Harvey. Gordon Reeve has got a funeral to go to. His journalist brother has been found dead in a car, a presumed suicide. Not a nice reason to be flying the Atlantic. So it seems like it's a suicide, but then it's not a suicide. Oh, At First Sight by Nicholas Sparks. I have never ever read a Nicholas Sparks book. But I've seen The Notebook and things like that, but wow. Jeremy Marsh's life has rules. Never leave New York, don't risk your heart again, and certainly never have kids. But now, years after his traumatic first marriage, Jeremy is happily married to Lexi, awaiting the arrival of their baby daughter in their family home in the small town of Boone Creek. Everything is quietly perfect until a strange message shatters their fragile peace. Old secrets mix dangerously with new ones as Jeremy's past threatens to destroy the life he has struggled to rebuild. But Jeremy is determined to fight it. The only question is, how far will he go? I'm reading this soon. True Detectives by Jonathan Kellerman. Is that the same as the guy before? Yeah. Again, it's a keep it in the family. When LA straight A student Caitlin Frostig's disappearance remains a mystery after 18 months, police detective Mo Reed and private investigator Aaron Fox join forces to find her. With Caitlin's all-American boyfriend seeming entirely innocent and no other obvious leads, they have their work cut out. Looks good. Ooh. I don't seem the type, but I do love these kind of books. Dark House by Alex Barkley. This just looks so creepy. That just looks like a bloodstain. From a broken childhood comes an unbreakable bond. In New York, when a routine investigation comes to a violent and tragic end, Detective Joe Lucchesi takes leave from the NYPD and moves with his wife and son to a quiet village on the southeast coast of Ireland. But their lives are torn apart when a young girl goes missing and the village closes ranks. Desperate to protect his family, Joe sets out to find the truth and uncovers a trail that leads back across the Atlantic to a Texan backwater, where decades earlier a chilling pact bound two teenage boys forever in a dark and twisted loyalty. Wow. The Reaper by Stephen Dunn. Detective Inspector Damon Brooke thinks he's left his past in London, but it seems a serial killer has followed him north. Again, I'm not going to read the whole thing because that's really long. But wow. This looks good. A damaged detective, a case he's trying to forget, a killer who won't let him. This is The 10th Justice by Brad Meltzer. Ben Addison has got it made. He's just finished law school, he's a new clerk at the Supreme Court. It's the first step on a golden career path. But Ben is about to make a huge mistake. He's about to be tricked into leaking something he shouldn't. And he's about to land himself and his three best friends in really serious trouble. And the last book in the bag is Survival of the Fittest by Jonathan Kellerman. Third book by him. The slightly retarded 15-year-old daughter of a diplomat dies on a school field trip, forced or lured into a deserted corner of the Santa Monica Mountains and killed in cold blood. Her father adamantly denies the possibility of a political motive, which leaves LAPD detective Milo Sturgis and his longtime friend Alex Delaware to pose the question, why? So that's all the books that are in the bag. And then just quickly before I finish, my grandma found these two books that used to belong to my granddad. She gave them to me, and these two beautiful editions of The Count of Monte Cristo. So there's volume 1 and volume 2, and they were really pretty. She also found like my granddad's old Bible, which had gold-plated pages, but I'm not gonna she hasn't given that to me. She's given me these. I'm really looking forward to reading those. So now I have to do that thing when I show them all. Give me a second. My hair's still wet, by the way. This was a really unexpected video. inconceivable. Oof. But yeah, those are all the books. Ouch. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll try and talk to you again soon. Bye!